All right, second grade. I'm sorry I couldn't be there today, but I still want to start your autobiographies. So, what you're going to be working on is you're going to a website called Easily. All right. First thing that you're going to do today is since you've already opened the internet to find my website and find this video, you're just going to open up a new tab. You see those are right here, and we can type in the word Easily. All right, EASLE or LLY, excuse me, and I'll hit return. If you have any ads, skip them. Easily looks like this. It does have a period in the middle, which looks a little bit weird, but that is the one we are clicking on today. Now, you'll notice you're going to actually sign in using my email address and the password Josephat. So we'll have this information on the board for you, but all you're going to do is click log in and then go ahead and type my email address. You have to have everything spelled 100% right or it won't work. To get this @ sign, this can be a little bit tricky, but if you just hold down your shift keyboard and then hit the 2, you'll see the @ sign is above it. That will get you your @ sign. So shift 2 gets you that @ sign. Once you have aregi@stjosephat.net as your username and Josephat as your password, you're going to hit login. Now, when you log in, which we'll see just here in a second, you might see a few things up here. You're going to see a lot of things down here, but we want to start a new empty template. So right over here, this is what you're going to be clicking today. So I'm going to go ahead and click this. I would say at this point, if you are still at the point to log in, go ahead and pause your video, open a new tab, get logged in, and then go back to the video so you can watch this. Otherwise, I have a lot to say and you might fall behind. So go ahead and pause your video, log in, and then come back. All right, now you're back. Good, you should be logged in and seeing a screen like this. You should click on Empty Template. Now when we click on Empty Template, we see that we already have a few things on here. I'm gonna go ahead and just click and hit delete on my keyboard to get rid of these because I don't want them. I wanna make my own template, okay? So again, I'm just clicking on them and hitting delete on my keyboard. Now, once these are all gone, I'm ready to start from scratch. Perfect. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get your pictures that your parents sent me. Now notice over here on your desktop, you have a folder that says grade 2. Now if your web page is really big, go ahead and half screen it, just like we know how to do. And maybe I want to go about here, so I actually have a lot of room to work. And I'm going to double click this folder. Remember, when you're double clicking, make sure you don't move your mouse in between. Now, when you look at this folder, you're going to see every single person's name, okay? Find your own. Please do not click on other people's names, just your own. Notice I moved this folder, again over here, by clicking on the grade part, or clicking where it says grade 2 lets me move it around. Just like clicking on the empty part of the internet lets me move it around, okay? I'm going to use Sarah's today, so thanks, Sarah. And I'm going to go ahead and double click it. Now, when you double click it, you're going to see all of your photos. And you want your photos from your folder into your project. So I'm just going to click and drag and let go, just like we do when we take pictures off the internet. Now, it's pretty big right here. So let's go ahead and minimize this, make it a little bit smaller. We do that again, just like we've done normal photos. We click and drag. You'll be able to change the size of these, and as this one, we'll have to change the rotation of it, but we'll do that in just a few minutes. So I'm going to get all these in. Again, I'm just clicking and dragging them in, okay? This is the very first thing you do. I want to see everyone have all 4 photos done and added into their project today. Oh, how cute, Sarah. All right, now I can see I have everyone's. These are pretty good sizes. Remember, you're going to have to write a description about each of these pages, or each of these pictures, so you don't want them very big, right? Oh, and there's our little rotate button. So this is probably about the size you want, okay? Once you have all of your photos in, you can go ahead and close this folder up, and we're ready to go, okay? One thing I want to remind you of, and let me actually just show you this really quick, if Sarah would double click on one of these pictures to make it big, she's not able to drag that in. So don't double click these photos. You want them to be small icons. That's when we dragged those in. So don't double click those photos. Okay, go ahead and pause, get all of your pictures in, okay, and then come back. All right, good, you're back. You should have all 4 of your photos into your project. All right, notice the next thing we're going to do is add a background. And there's a great button right here that says backgrounds. I'm going to go ahead and just click and find one that I like. You may pick whatever you like. Notice there's a button that says Go Pro and it gets us more or see more. That means you have to pay for it. So don't press that button. If you accidentally press it, you can close it or just go back to where your project is. These are the options that we have for us. But you are lucky because you can pick whichever one you want. Okay? I'm going to do this one, I think. Now, once I have my background selected, the next thing that we're working on today is adding our words. Well, the easiest way to add words is, well, we saw backgrounds are here, text is right here, okay? I'm going to go ahead and click on text. Now, it's not letting me write yet. So when I click on text, I then have to drag this in. Once I drag it in, it says double click to change text. I can delete that out and then start typing my story. So I might say this is a story about Sarah. Perfect. And I can write those 2 sentences or those 4 sentences or however much you wrote about your pictures. That's all you're going to be working on today is getting all 4 photos in and then starting to write those sentences. If I click off of it, notice I can't write, but if I double click, it'll come back to me, okay? So text, drag in the body, double click, and you can start typing that in. So maybe I'll say, this was on a boat. Again, you should be writing what your piece of paper says. It's most likely 4 sentences. All right. If you have questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, great job, 2nd grade. See you next class period.